what is your name and how long have you been riding for?
My name's Ken Ward and I've been riding for 58 years. Born in Mondovi, Wisconsin, and when I was 16 I bought my first Honda and been on two wheels ever since. Actually live in Virginia Beach, Virginia, right on the Atlantic Ocean, and I've got a 2008 Ultra Classic with 92,000 miles on it.
All right, and what was your background before riding kind of took over for you?
Well, I actually grew up in a dairy farm in Wisconsin until I was 18. Then I joined the Navy and spent 24 years with the Navy Seabees. And didn't want to go back to Wisconsin because you can't ride 12 months of the year up there. And here you can, so that's the reason I retired right here at Virginia Beach.
All right, and out of all the years that you've been riding motorcycles, where are some of your favorite places that you've been to?
Well, in 2011 we left Virginia Beach on a 30-day trip and went from Virginia Beach to Alaska and back. And that was a little over 11,000 miles in 30 days. Just had a great time. Just glad I could get off work for those 30 days to do it.
All right, and where all has riding taken you in your life?
Riding a motorcycle, I've ridden a Harley-Davidson in all 50 states, in most of Canada, the provinces and the territories in Canada. And just every state's a little special, a little bit different than the other state, but probably the most nicest state to drive a motorcycle, I think, is Montana.
And has riding taken you into any other countries?
I rode a Moto Guzzi in Sicily when I was stationed in Sicily back in 70, 71, 74. I've traveled to all 7 continents, but not on a motorcycle.
Even Antarctica?
I've been to Antarctica, just got back, and had a wonderful time down there. The penguins are fantastic.
What are some of your greatest achievements that you've achieved on a motorcycle?
I have to say, doing the Iron Butt. That's where you officially do 1,000 miles within 24 hours, and it's regulated. They take your mileage before you start. You have to turn in receipts for the whole route. We actually started in Chantilly, Virginia, came down here to the Tidewater area, swung around back up to Richmond, and then headed down 81 to Bristol. In Bristol, Harley-Davidson had a nice meal for us, and then we turned around, came back up 81. That particular day, it was about 7 o'clock at night, and it just started pouring rain and lightning. We stopped off at a gas station under a canopy for half an hour. We decided, hey, we need to get going, so we took off. Me and my buddy was ahead of me. My wife was on the same bike as I was. I had my blinkers on and headed up 81. Everybody knows that's a big trucking highway, and we just chugged up out to Chantilly. We made it in like 15 hours, a few minutes, and my wife and I were the first couple to complete it, and a lot of people didn't even try to because they were in groups. They pull in the gas station, and of course everybody's got to go to the bathroom. Everybody's got to wait for a pump, so it took them a lot of time to do that. So a lot of people didn't even complete the Iron Butt. This is a certificate from the Iron Butt Association, the world's toughest motorcycle riders. World record certificate to Ken Ward. On May 16th, 2009, this rider became part of a motorcycling history by riding his motorcycle a grueling 1,000 plus miles in less than 24 hours during the Red Wing 19 Saddle Sore. This ride set 2 world records for the Iron Butt Association. The largest Iron Butt Association group ride for 1,000 miles in less than 24 hours, and the largest Iron Butt Association group ride all inside Virginia. The Red Wing 19 ride commemorates the sacrifice of 11 Navy SEALs and 8 Army 164 Special Operator Aviators lost in Afghanistan on June 28, 2005. The ride honors all who served, all who sacrificed, and all who must carry on without our wounded warriors. We go the distance because they too. From Mike Keyborn, President, Iron Butt Association, and Jim Ott, President, Red Wing 19 Ride. This was in 2009. Very proud of this certificate. It was a great ride. I actually belong to the Tidewater chapter. I'm not an active member. I've been a member since 2004 over there, but I used to work at nights and they had meetings at nights. So most of my riding is just with 4 or 5 friends of mine who all have retired or sold their bikes. But in 2011, the Tidewater chapter of Hog, it's Mileage Merit Award. I came in second place for the men's division and had 19,530 miles for that year riding. And I typically average about 15,000 miles a year. Like I said, right now I've got a 2008 Ultra Classic, and I've got a little over 92,000 miles on that. This is a few pictures of our most northern, southern, eastern, and western rides. The most southern point of the continental United States is down at Key West. That's the mile marker 1 down at Key West. The most eastern part of the United States is up in Lubec, Maine. And Lubec, Maine pictures are up in this area here. While we went up there, we stopped at Orange County Choppers up in New York. Had a nice tour of their facility. And the most western point of the continental United States is up in the Olympic Peninsula, and that's out at where we're out here. That's out in the Pacific Ocean, Pacific Beach. And the most northern point of the continental United States is up in Angle Inlet, Minnesota. And to get there, you have to go from Minnesota through Canada, short section of Canada, and then go back into Minnesota. And that's where Angle Inlet is. And to get there, you have to actually, they've got a little, I call it a shack, with a customs telephone, and you have to call in when you're going through the border, check in, and when you come back through, you check back out. Kind of a self-serving type thing. And we've been all the Yellowstone, and like I say, I've ridden Harley in all 50 states. Just really enjoyable. A lot of fun. A lot of fun being on 2 wheels.
All right, is there anywhere else that you think riding might take you that you haven't been to yet?
That's a good question. I'm 71, and I'm not sure how much longer I can keep that, pick that heavy motorcycle up off the kickstand. Hopefully I've got many more rides and many more years of doing it.
What would you say to somebody who hasn't picked up a motorcycle yet but has always wanted to?
I would say it's a very dangerous sport, and if you do it, make sure you do it sober. Make sure you're 100% in good condition and looking left, right, forward, back, and up, because you have to be paying attention to everybody.
Would you say it's worth all the time, effort, and practice to buy a bike?
Definitely, and do it with a Harley. Support Wisconsin.
Is there any closing thoughts that you have or anything you want to say to us?
You have a beautiful dealership here. Plan on bringing a group of men next week. Westminster Canterbury Men's Choir over here. None of them have ever been into a motorcycle dealership. They should have a good time. Most of them are in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. We have 5 women with us, and they're looking forward to seeing the dealership.
All right, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Sounds good. Have a good time. Thanks.